Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome inside the rinks of Exeter in Exeter, New Hampshire, as we close out the round-robin series here for the U16 Tier 1 New England District Regionals. Cam McGuire standing along Derek Reese for tonight's call, as both teams entering tonight's contest stand undefeated, and both teams have commanded their way into this final game of the round-robin series. It's the Seacoast Performance Academy taking on Mount St. Charles. And Derek, we saw Seacoast earlier today come out with a 6-0 win over Elite Hockey Academy. And for Seacoast, yesterday it was an 8-0 win over the Northern Cyclones. So they've yet to surrender a goal here in the regional tournament. And for Mount St. Charles, well, they have 25 goals scored, 4 in 2 games and just 1 allowed. 12-0 over Elite Hockey and 13-1 over the Northern Junior Cyclones. A top 10 matchup between Seacoast and Mount St. Charles. Boy, we're in for a good one here tonight.
Yeah, Cam, you said, not much else needs to be said. Both of these teams, the stats in their resumes speak for themselves, both in this tournament and as the season as a whole. You got the 1 and 2 seeds for the tournament, and number 7 and number 10 respectively ranked in the country. We're in for a good one here.
Well, you mentioned that, 7 ranked in the country. Seacoast, 10, Mount St. Charles. We get set and ready to do battle. The second game today for both teams. Puck drop coming up momentarily at 5:40, give or take a few minutes. But Seacoast, who took part earlier this morning, at 9:40, a 6-0 win over Elite Hockey. And Mount St. Charles, a 13-1 win over the Cyclones. We're set and ready to go here inside the rinks of Exeter, home of Seacoast Performance Academy. Pucks down, we're underway as Seacoast starts with the line of Jordan Bazile, Kyle Smith, and Laurent Trepanier. Seth Murch and Jake Wiltrout patrol the back line. Mount controls in their own end. It's played back out through center by Trepanier, as Trepanier earlier today had a helping hand in the scoring with a goal and an assist. Bazile bumps it back to the left side of the line to Seth Murch, who flutters it wide. Trepanier trying to find Smith in the high slot. Murch, shot from the left point, knocked down in front here. Smith trying to find Trepanier on the near side post, and he had the whole net to shoot at, but couldn't get a handle. It was out of his reach. Here's Smith, wrist shot, save made by number 32, Jack Spicer, who gets the start in net tonight for Mount St. Charles, and a stoppage of play 46 seconds into the first period.
Yeah, good pressure going on early here for Seacoast. They did everything but score on that shift. They had their opportunity. They had a couple of shots on goal. They're coming out fast.
Both teams will swap out personnel. McDonough, Janest, and Hilmerson up front for Seacoast. McEwen and Uzzle on the back end. An offensive zone face-off here for Seacoast. Hilmerson, fans on the effort, and it's controlled back by number 17 for Mount St. Charles. That's Matt Lewis. And now McEwen's drive redirected wide into the back wall. And now Mount will look to break it out. Here's number 21, Brandon Crowell, who's teamed up with Matt Lewis and Ian Duffy up front for Mount St. Charles. Mount St. Charles in the white uniforms, Montreal Canadiens-esque, with the blue helmets, blue pants. Seacoast in the black uniforms, black pants with a red trim and the gray helmets. And the Mount St. Charles player, Brandon Crowell's helmet pops off. So a stoppage down at ice level, 1:33 gone by here in the opening stanza. And we'll see the puck in the Seacoast end for the first time here tonight. Billy Sansibrian, Sebastian Speck, who had 2 goals this morning, and Paul Tollett up front, shot and a goal. Mount gets on the board. It's Hudson Blue who breaks the ice 1:37 seconds into the opening period off a shot from the point, and he sends it by the left leg of Connor McDonough.
Yeah, that one got knocked down in front of the net off of a stick. Good break for Mount. If I'm Seacoast right now, you just can't let that bother you because you've had the better of the play so far. Mount got a lucky break. They took advantage like good teams do.
So Hudson Blue The right-handed shot from Costa Mesa, California. This is his 4th goal of the year in his 22nd game. Has Mount on top 1-0. As Seacoast is back in their defensive end to control it. Still out with the line of Sansibrian, Tolette, and Speck. Sansibrian kicks it out to the right side to Tolette. Now Pinnerock tries to keep it alive in the attacking end, but it squirts its way out through center, where it's gathered up by Trepanier. Trepanier for Seacoast down the left wing side. It's cut off by Hudson Blue, and he'll play it back to the captain. That's number 9 for Mount St. Charles, Ben Robertson, the Cornell commit. Puck taken over here is a shot from number 6. That's Perry Goudreau, zips just wide. And now it's controlled by Seacoast's number 47, Jake Wiltrout. Up to Trepanier. Trepanier sending it back to the left side of the line to McEwen. Goudreau is there, and he'll loft it directly into the scorer's table. And a faceoff will come inside the Mount end with 14:14 to go in the first. As Mount leads at 1-0. Bazzaio, Trepanier, and Smith out offensively for Seacoast. Murch and Pinnerock on the blue line. Trepanier trying to center it to Bazzaio. Instead it's turned aside and sent to the corner by Aiden Darlington. Now Darlington carries it out through center for Mount. And Murch forces a turnover at the red line before it's knocked on in by Jacob Costa. And Connor McDonough, who gets the start here tonight for Seacoast, will lay it down for Josh Pinnerock, who motors through center. Across the left wing side, out to Hilmerson. Fans on the drive. Now Murch's shot sent wide as the goaltender Jack Spicer was sprawled out. And Murch had the daylight, just couldn't get it to go. Here comes Mount back the other way. This is number 4 possessing the puck across the line. That's Jason Stefanik. Stefanik out to the right side of the line to Dylan Shane. Shane bumps it down low to Thomas Trunda. Trunda in on the forecheck with Cam O'Neill. Now it's out to the left side of the line. A wrister into the stomach of McDonough who pounces on it and will hold on for no further play. 13:06 to go in the first. Mount St. Charles 1, Seacoast 0.
Yeah, as we get the face-off down here in the Seacoast end, it's been just as we thought so far. I mean, high-flying action going up and down the ice both ways here.
Defensive zone face-off for Seacoast, won and controlled out through center. McEwen back in his own end, however, to flag it back down after a turnover was forced from Mount. McDonough, Janess, and Hilmerson out up front for Seacoast. Uzzle and McEwen on the back line, as SPA will ice the puck here and will swap out personnel up front, sending out Sansibrian, Tolette, and Speck. Lewis, Duffy, and Crowell out up front for Mount. Robertson and Codesy on the back end. Face-off won by Mount, but McEwen quickly takes over for Seacoast. Dumps it on into the right wing corner. Sansibrian, the first forechecker in, but here comes Mount. A lot of speed through center. Duffy in all alone. Great back pressure from Paul Tolette to knock Ian Duffy off the puck as he goes sliding into the net, which is knocked off its moorings and a stoppage down at ice level.
That's a good non-call on that one. I know a lot of the Mount players on the bench and some of their fans here were looking for a call, but that was just a good play, getting the shoulder back in on defense, and they went colliding through the net. I think the impact of it was what made people think there should have been a penalty on that.
1-0 lead for Mount with 12:28 to go here in the first period. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Lou's Custom Exhaust. As we do it all, we do it better, we do it for less. Your New England exhaust specialist, over 25 locations in New England and growing. Lou's Custom Exhaust, specializing in all your exhaust needs. For product inquiries or services, questions about your vehicle, please contact Lou's Custom Exhaust by heading to losecustomexhaust.com. 12:28 to go here in the first period. Mount with a goal, minute 37 seconds in, thanks to Hudson Blue. And a face-off just outside of the Seacoast blue line. Bazzaio goes to work against Frankie Dencana. And it's played back behind the Seacoast end line. Wiltrout and Murch patrolling the blue line. Here comes Kyle Smith across the center ice. Smith now has his pocket picked by Blue. Wiltrout activates from the right side of the line, bumps it on in behind the goal line. Now it's flocked up by Rhett Codsey for Mount as McDonough comes out of his net quickly up to Kyle Smith across the blue line. Smith to the forehand. His shot blocked down by the defender in front. That was Andrew Thornton. Now out to Josh Pinnerock. Wrist shot blocked away by Hudson Blue. Now it's calmed out through center as Trepanier delivers the body on Rooney right in front of the scorer's table, and Chance Uzzle, the Georgia native, will wind it up for Seacoast and dump it on in. Mount looks to break out of their own end. A good step from Uzzle below the right circle. Trying to find Hilmerson, but it was off the paddle of the netminer Jack Spicer. And now it's controlled by Thornton as he'll throw it to the far side. McDonough to Hilmerson. Hilmerson working his way around Constance. Seth Constance possesses the puck for Mount. Will send it out to the near side half ball on his own end, looking for a clear. Pinnerock's wrister high over the cage. Janest and Hilmerson work the cycle in the far corner. Now it'll be sent back down the Seacoast end. Not enough for an icing. And it allows Mount St. Charles to get a line change with 10:42 to go in the first, leading 1-0. McDonough back for Pinnerock. Now over to Uzzle. Uzzle's pass intended for Hilmerson. Out of reach, and an icing call against Seacoast.
This game hasn't been short of any physicality yet here early on in this one, as McDonough took a hard hit near center ice right before that icing call.
Well, we mentioned just before the start of the game, both teams coming into the final game of the round robin with a record of 2-0. The Seacoast had not surrendered a goal until a minute 37 seconds into this one. And for Mount St. Charles, just one goal against in their first two outings of the regional district tournament. As Tollett sends up to Wiltrout. His blast, rebound loose in front. San Cibrian sent it just wide. Spicer maybe got his right leg on it. As it sent the length of the ice, McDonough quickly up to San Cibrian. Across the attacking line, wrist shot save made by Spicer. So let San Cibrian and Speck go to work in the attacking end down to our left as Mount looks for the clear. Jason Stefanik, number 4 in white for Mount, kicks it over to Thomas Trunda. And now it's lifted high and wide by Stefanik as the net comes off its moorings. And we'll see a face-off in the Seacoast end. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first. Mount on top 1-0.
Always helps to have a goaltender that you can help that can read the ice pretty well and read the action pretty well and can make plays happen from the back end out, helping out the defenseman do that. That's a couple of times now that opportunities have started with Connor McDonough on the back end reading a play and making a nice long pass up and generating scoring opportunities back in the offensive zone.
McDonough, 6'4", 200 pounds, out of Mendham, New Jersey. His 29th appearance this year. 2.35 goals against and a .931 save percentage. He'll stand tall down to our right with 9:21 to go in the first. Here comes Brandon Crowell. He sends it over to Ian Duffy in an active paddle from McDonough, able to break it up. And now it looks to be a hand pass down at ice level. Faceoff will stay in the Seacoast end. Hilmerson, McDonough, Janess out up front for Seacoast, Uzzle and McEwen on the back line. Puck controlled by Hilmerson, far side half boards in his own end. He'll lug it out through center, cuts to the middle, across the attacking line, pulls to the backhand, tripped up on the play. No penalty called as the net's knocked loose. Powerful move there from number 9 in black for Seacoast.
Yeah, just like in the other end, I think that was more of a tough break than a penalty. A good non-call again.
Exactly 9 minutes remaining in the first period as McDonough dips his shoulder to win the faceoff back to Jeunesse. Now it finds Hilmerson. Broken up in front by Ben Robertson. Robertson will loft it on out through center.
And Nick Rooney got a piece of that one out front. He went to the bench. He's hurting. Looked like he's just trying to shake that one off. Hopefully he's all right.
Here comes McDonough, outer left circle. Trying to stutter step around Rhett Codsey. Now Jeunesse to McDonough. His shot save made by Spicer. And an offensive zone faceoff to come for Seacoast. 8:32 to go in the first. Mount on top 1-0. Sansibrian Speck to left to right up front. Murch and Will Trout left to right on the blue line. Speck takes the draw here against Jason Stefanik. Lefty-righty matchup. Speck's kicked out, so in comes Billy Sansibrian. Sansibrian wins it out to the right wing wall, but it's corralled up by number 2 for Mount, Seth Constance. And now Speck controls. Turnaround pass. Picked off there by Tomas Trunda. Trunda leaves it for Stefanik. Active stick from Seth Murch, 14 in black for Seacoast. Able to knock it off the stick of Stefanik. Now Connor McDonough, the Seacoast netminder, controls inside the trapezoid. Good forecheck from Trunda for Mount. Now to Stefanik, turnaround shot. Whistled wide off the back wall. Trunda sends it back down low to Cam O'Neill, but it's retrieved by Billy Sansibrian, and Sansibrian will look to shake it out through center. Puck tied up on the near side half wall on the Seacoast end. Constance gets it at the top of the line for Mount. Over to Cam O'Neill, number 19 in white, who's pestered up against the boards by number 14. That's Seth Murch. And now Speck will loft it the length of the ice. And it'll be an icing call against Seacoast. Just under 7.5 minutes to play here in the first. Mount still clinging to a 1-0 lead thanks to a goal from Hudson Blue 1 minute 37 seconds into the opening period. Bazayo, Smith, Trepanier. 3 forwards out for Seacoast, Pinnerock and Uzzle on the back line. Here's Chance Uzzle. Banks it up to Smith, who will send it on to the neutral zone. But it's retrieved by Joe Peters of Mount, and he flicks it on into the right wing corner. Mount wearing white uniforms, blue helmets, blue pants. Seacoast in their black uniforms with red trim and gray helmets. Seacoast operating left to right here. Mount going right to left.
And we're going to power play coming up here for Seacoast.
Interference call against Dylan Shane as he tied up Trepanier, who was trying to break free to the net. And we're going to have our first Jeunesse Landscape and Masonry Center's power play here tonight for Seacoast.
A good chance here for the Seacoast to pick the pace back up a little, like they were a little bit earlier on this period, with the man advantage.
So Trepanier, Jeunesse, McDonough, Murch, and Hilmerson will start out here on the man advantage. And I just read a false ad read. It's actually the Lewis Custom Exhaust power play. That's on me. I'll take -1 for that. As Mount wins the face-off, they'll clear it.
Is that a -1 for me because I'm on the broadcast with you?
We'll give you a half. we're inventing the half minus Here's Hilmerson, right circle, corralling on his backhand. Now over to Trepanier. We'll set the stage for you here once players get set. Hilmerson down in the right wing corner. Murch at the right point right now. McDonough at the left side of the line. Jeunesse in front of the net. Trepanier, who receives it, goal line. Over to McDonough, they score! Beautiful passing play. Laurent Trepanier finding Tommy and McDonough on the near side post. It's a power play goal for Seacoast, and we're tied at 1 with 6:17 to play in the opening period.
I mean, Cam, do you draw it up any better than that? I mean, the play started with Hilmerson powering his way through, using his stick skills and his big body to muscle his way through to get that puck down deep, set his team up, and they just worked it up, worked the perimeter, got it back down low, and found the backside, and we're tied at 1.
It's a Lose Custom Exhaust power play marker from Tommy McDonough, his 20th of the year. Trepanier will get the primary helper. We'll wait for the secondary one. We're all tied at 1 with just over 6 minutes to go in the first. Mount back in the attacking end down to our right. Bazio, Smith, Trepanier out up front for Seacoast. McEwen and Wiltrout on the back line. Wiltrout frees it up for Seacoast. In on the forecheck is Matt Lewis for Mount. He bumps it down low to Ian Duffy. Duffy pinned up against the back wall by Sean McEwen. Puck freed out to Trepanier. So Hilmerson will get the secondary assist on the power play goal from McDonough at 10:43. Trepanier with the primary helper. Power play goal for Seacoast has tied it up at 1. Lewis kicks it out to the middle to Rooney, but it's picked off by Seacoast's Pinnerock, who's leveled by Hudson Blues. Sansibrian's wrister high and wide over the glass.
Sebastian Speck right back up after taking that hard hit.
And now Rooney's shot.
He's a little guy, but man, is he tough.
Paddled by
that is far
McDonough.
from the first time that I've seen him take a hard hit and get right back up.
Like you mentioned a couple minutes ago, physicality not lacking here tonight. As we're not even a third of the way through the game. Offensive zone draw won by Mount. Rooney's pass intended for Blue, too hot to handle. Now it's scooped up by McDonough, up to Jeunesse. Now to Hilmerson, 1-on-2. Racing down the right wing side, pass to the defenders to the forehand. Paddle was down for Spicer and able to keep it out of his net. Hilmerson for Jeunesse. Now to McDonough, back down low to Jeunesse. And now it's played by Joe Peters, defenseman for Mount. McEwen shot right point, delayed call here against Mount. McDonough racing to the bench. Extra attacker on for Seacoast. Jeunesse protects the puck, right wing corner. Hilmerson, McEwen, shot, save made by Spicer, and Mount touches up, and Seacoast will head back on the power play.
Yeah, we got a head contact call coming up here, Cam.
A head contact, 2-minute minor to Joe Peters with 4:10 to go in the first. Seacoast looks to take the lead for the first time tonight, as they're 1-for-1 on the Lose Custom Exhaust power play. As they look to sort things out down inside the scorer's table, as it looks to be Smith, Bazio, Tollett, Sansibrian, and McEwen, who will start out the power play for Seacoast with a face-off to the blocker side of the Rockville, Maryland native Jack Spicer.
Yeah, we got four left-handed shots here, kicking this power play off here.
Bazzaio lined up at the left wing. Tollett takes the draw. Sansibrian right wing. Smith right point. McEwen left point. Stefanik, Robertson, Coetzee, and O'Neill. The 4 penalty killers on for Mount. And Mount able to get an early clear here. McEwen will wind it up behind his own net. Out to center. Over to the right side to Kyle Smith. Pass intended for Sansibrian was picked off by Ben Robertson, and the Cornell commit will guide it the length of the ice. Here comes Sean McEwen, the UMass Minuteman commit. Over to Paul Tollett. Wrist shot paddled off by Spicer. Back out to the neutral zone. Here's a breakaway, shorthanded for O'Neill. His shot scores! Short-handed marker for Mount St. Charles, Cam O'Neill, as he picked it up right wing wall in the neutral zone and guided it right over the glove of Connor McDonough to give Mount a 2-1 lead with 3:27 to go in the first period.
Yeah, with 1:17 left to go on this power play, look for SPA to get a little bit more organized than they have on the first half of this. Give Mount St. Charles credit. I mean, they got a good break and they made Seacoast pay, as good teams will do.
The Maryland native Cam O'Neill's 15th of the year, short-handed, has Mount on top 2-1, unassisted score. As Seacoast will shake it back into the offensive end. Hilmerson, Janess, Trepanier, McDonough, and Murch. As the puck played up in the protective netting. Looks like the faceoff will come just outside the Mount line. So you mentioned a 2-minute minor for head contact to Joe Peters. That's going to be a 2 and 10 as 2 players are in the box. Jacob Costa as well. It's something to look forward to as we head into the second period, as Mount will be down to 5 defenders for quite some time. But here's Seth Murch, top of the point, over to the left circle of Tommy McDonough. Back down low to Janess, right leg save from Spicer. And it's sent back out to the neutral zone with 30 seconds left in the Lose Custom Exhaust power play for Seacoast. Here's Tommy McDonough, the lone goal scorer for Seacoast here this evening. On the power play, over to the right circle to Hilmerson. Wrist shot. I believe it went off his own player in front. That was Ollie Janess. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. 2:18 left here on the opening frame. Mount has taken a 2-1 lead on a shorthanded tally from Cam O'Neill. Laurent Trepanier through the blue paint. Gets it back behind the goal line. Pass picked off. 2-on-1 rush here for Mount. Dancona, shot, scores. Just as the power play expired, Frankie Dancona, leading the 2-on-1 rush down the left side, beats Connor McDonough far post and in, and Mount has taken a 3-1 lead with 1:59 to go in the opening period.
Yeah, SPA needs to settle back down now. That was a tough pass at the end of the power play when Mount was back at full strength. Coming out of the box, caught that pass going up to the point. 2-on-1 going the other way.
7 seconds after the penalty expired for Mount, they take a 3-1 lead. Seacoast looking to answer here. McEwen's shot sticked off by Jack Spicer. And now it's lifted out to the neutral zone where McEwen's in a foot race with Rooney in front of the Seacoast bench. Mount able to chip it on into the attacking end. It's the first goal scorer of the night, Hudson Blue, who will swat it free and then go for a change. Robertson left point. Back up top to Shane. Wrist shot, Goudreau loose in front. Left leg save for McDonough. Dylan Shane. Shot from the right side of the line, smothered up by Connor McDonough, and he'll hold on for no further play. 74 seconds left in the first, as Mount out to a 3-1 advantage.
Looks like Jacob Costa trying to play a little bit of mind games right there after the whistle, putting the puck in the net.
Costa takes the face-off for Mount San Cibrian for Seacoast. Looks like it's going to be blown dead, and Costa's kicked out. Enters Goudreau. Goudreau wins it out to the right corner. As Pinnerock will try to free it up for Seacoast. Now Uzzle comes in for support. 3-on-2 battle in the right wing corner. San Cibrian drags it out. Costa breaks his shot on the one-time effort just inside of the right circle. Under a minute to go now in the first. San Cibrian back down low to Trepanier. Now to Pinnerock. It's taken over by Ben Robertson, the 5'10", 165-pound defender. Lugs it into the attacking end. Shot off target. Seacoast looks to break out. Trepanier carries. Trepanier set up the goal for McDonough on the power play for Seacoast. Just about halfway through the first period. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Mount a 3-on-3 rush. Good defensive play from Seacoast's Chance Uzzle. Now Murch across the red line. Dumps it on in. It's 5 seconds to go. One last chance for Seacoast. McDonough cuts to the middle, has it knifed off his stick. Horn will sound. Conclusion of the first period as Mount St. Charles on top of Seacoast 3-1 after one period of play.
I think we're just trying to settle down. I mean, they're doing a lot of right things. Mount got a couple of lucky breaks, and give them credit. Like I said, they took advantage of it, and that's why they're up 3-1 right now. And not only lucky breaks, but breaks that they created for themselves too. But on the flip side of that, like at the same note, Seacoast was right there with them for most of that first period. They're doing a lot of right things. They just need to settle it down.
Well, it was Hudson Blue got the scoring started for Mount St. Charles just a minute and 37 seconds into the opening frame, and then it was Tommy McDonough, a power play tally from Seacoast at 10:43 of the first, but then two goals about a minute and a half apart from one another, one of them coming shorthanded for Mount, and that kind of carried the momentum for Mount St. Charles, and especially that goal just as the penalty expired for Mount, which came courtesy of Frankie Dincana. So it's McDonough, the lone goal scorer for Seacoast. Blue, Dincana, and O'Neill, the tally markers for Mount St. Charles. We get ready to go for period number 2. Seacoast starting with the line of Hilmerson, McDonough, and Jeunesse left to right up front. Murch and Wiltrout on the back end. Mount sending out Trunda, Stefanik, and O'Neill up front. Thornton and Constance on the back line. Pardon me, it's Thornton and Shane. Mount still with 5 defenders as Peters is still serving that 2 and 10, which he received at 12:54 the first period. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's now lifted out through center. 2-on-1. Stefanik shot off the side of the cage. Gets it back, O'Neill. McDonough holds his ground on the far side post.
Yeah, it's a big one early on here in the second period. Good job by McDonough holding his ground.
Jason Stefanik, California native, trying to lift it out to the blue line. It's played by the high stick of Seacoast's Kim Hilmerson. And a whistle down at ice level. 58 seconds gone by here in the second. Faceoff will come inside the Seacoast end to our left. Mount wins the offensive zone draw. That's Seth Constance. He'll play it into the left wing corner, Northville, Michigan native. Now out to the left point, it's Robertson. Rister fought off by McDonough. Glove down in front by Duffy. And Duffy trying to get the rebound. By the time he'd corralled the puck, he was behind the goal line. Back up top to Robertson. Wrist shot, good stick from McEwen. Up into the protective netting. And another whistle, minute 26 gone by here in the second stanza. San Cibrian, Speck, and Tollett. Out up front for Seacoast, Murch, Pinnerock on the back line. Seacoast able to work it into the attacking end, but it's broken up by Hudson Blue. Icing waved off. McDonough comes out of his net, and he'll send it to the far side. Gathered by Blue. High riser into the left shoulder. McDonough, rebound chance. Frankie Dincana has his second of the night, and Mount St. Charles is up 4-1. Minute 51 into the second period.
Yeah, that open man's going to get picked up in front of the net. Unfortunately for McDonough, there was not much he could do about that, and looks like he's going to get a break for the rest of this one.
So Seacoast going with a goalie change with 15:09 left in the second. Brandon Golub takes over as McDonough sees his night come to an end after surrendering 4 goals in 1951. We'll have a penalty call here against Mount as Blue took down McEwen behind Seacoast's goal line. So for the third time tonight, Seacoast will head on the loose custom exhaust power play, clicking 1 for 2 tonight.
Well, here's their chance, because this next one's huge. If SPA can get one on this power play, or not too long after that, they're right back in this hockey game. On the flip side, if they give up another one to Mount St. Charles, this one could get blown open and out of control fast.
Trepanier, McDonough, Jeunesse, Murch, and Hilmerson, the personnel out for Seacoast on their third man advantage of the night. Murch will lead the charge through center. Now across the red line. Plays it off the end glass. Pops back out in front of Spicer, and he'll put his mitt on top of it and seal it away for no further play.
Good job by McDonough and Jeunesse getting right in there on that one, forcing the goaltender to cover that up and force an offensive zone faceoff. Minute 42 to work with here for the man advantage.
Trepanier takes the draw for Seacoast. Lewis for Mount. Trepanier kicked out. Enters McDonough. Lewis kicked out. Duffy in. McDonough wins it back for Murch. Shot blocked aside. Trepanier corrals. Near side half wall to Tommy McDonough. Back down low to Laurent Trepanier. Those two connected for the first power play goal of the night. But since then, Mount has scored 3 unanswered and possesses a 4-1 lead just about 3 minutes into the second frame. Seacoast back on the breakout as McDonough chips it on behind the goal line. Now
Don't do anything stupid here.
Yep, Trepanier, or pardon me, that's McDonough knocked
chance
up.
for a 2-man advantage. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there,
Oh,
Cam.
no, you're good. And like you said, delayed penalty call. I would let Mount touch the puck, and they do. And it's going to be a charge, I believe. Against Lewis of Mount. So Seacoast on a 5-on-3 for 53 seconds. And then we'll be 5-on-4 for another minute 7. The opportunity's there. Let's see how they attack. McEwen over to Smith. Top of the point to McEwen. Back to Smith. Back up top to McEwen. Bazzaio to his left circle. Back up top. McEwen unloads a drive, blocked off the stick of Stefanik. Seacoast still gains possession. McEwen over to Smith. Waiting. Walks to the middle. Wrist shot blocked away. Robertson tries to clear, and he can't. McEwen bumps it back for Tollett. Now to Smith. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. McEwen outer right circle. Back up top, Bazzaio. Over to Smith. Now Tollett in the bumper spot. His shot just wide. Blue is out of the box. 5-on-3 over for Seacoast. They'll be 5-on-4 for a minute here. McEwen, Tollett, Sansibrian, Smith, and Bazzaio out up for Seacoast. McEwen comes for a change, or thought about it. And now an odd man rush the other way. Blue over to O'Neill. They score. Short-handed goal.
Yeah, that one hurts. Still got more than half of this hockey game to go.
And a little bit of miscommunication on the bench for Seacoast as defender came to the bench, one hopped on, they kind of looked at each other, who's going? Next thing you know, it led to a 2-on-1 rush, and it ended up in the back of the net. It's a second shorty from Mount here this evening. This time it's going to be O'Neill from Blue. It's Cam O'Neill, the Maryland native, has his second tuck of the night.
Yeah, I know the Seacoast goal came on the power play, but give Mount St. Charles credit for their penalty kills going on in this game. I mean, even on the 5-on-3, Seacoast had a couple of looks, but they did a good job taking away the shooting lanes, keeping SPA to the perimeter.
Still 33 seconds left here in the Lew's Custom Exhaust power play. 12:16 to go in the second. Mount is off and running with a 5-1 advantage. Mentioned both teams coming into tonight's game 2-0 in the round robin. So playing for that number 1 seed. Hilmerson peels away from pressure. Trying to find McDonough. Batted out just wide. Now Murch comes in to play it. Now Trepanier back for Murch. Power play over. Hilmerson's drive. Save made by Spicer. And he'll seal it away.
Yeah, frustration starting to settle in here. This one's going to get a little bit chippy.
.11:42 to play in the second. Mount on top 5-1. Seacoast sent out Speck, Sansibrian, and Tollett up front. Uzzle and McEwen on the back line. Darlington, Costa, and Goudreau out up front for Mount. And it's Robertson and Constance on the blue line.
Why do I feel like the Mount St. Charles bench is asking for an explanation 3 times a period as to what's going on and complaining about this and complaining about that?
Well, you're winning 5-1. An offensive zone draw for Seacoast. Sansibrian wins it back to Tollett. It ricochets up and out of play. And a young Spartan will go home with a souvenir tonight.
Catching that loose puck that went up into the stands was none other than my goaltender for next season, 2012 Elite goalie Sean Marble.
There you go. Tollett, San Ciprian, Speck stay out on the ice with Uzzell and McEwen as well. As Darlington looks to break it out for Mount, but San Ciprian says otherwise. McEwen, left point, his shot pinballing in front. And it's wedged back out to center where it's gloved down by McEwen. Dodges the check of Goudreau. Bumps ahead to Tollett. Wrist shot punched aside by Spicer. Corralled by Uzzell. Works his way inside the left circle. And it's finally lifted out by Mount as McEwen's back on it for Seacoast. McEwen takes a tumble but gets it over to San Ciprian, who plays it up for Speck. And now Uzzell behind his own goal line. Chance Uzzell out to Sebastian Speck across the blue line. Pass intended for Smith. Bounces off the blade of number 20 in black and lugged back out through center by Mount St. Charles' Rooney. Pinnerock up for Speck. Trickles in on target. Spicer plays it up for Hudson Blue. One-time drive. Glove saved by Brandon Golub.
A good read there by Spicer, giving the indirect pass off the boards, going back the other way. Good chance of picking up an apple right there.
Tell you what, Hudson Blue and Cam O'Neill have been active all night tonight for Mount St. Charles. Feel like we've been saying their name a lot here as we inch the halfway point of this hockey game. Mount St. Charles leading it 5-1, a pair of short-handed goals. They've got 2 markers here in the second, 3 in the first. Seacoast a power play score in the first. Stefanik for Mount St. Charles drops back for O'Neill. O'Neill over to the far side, but it's taken over by Trepanier. Trepanier to Pinnerock. Josh Pinnerock, 19 in black for Seacoast, the Quebec native. Now out to the top of the line to Murch. His shot ricochets wide. Gathered up by Kyle Smith. Backhand shot. Turnaround chance on the forehand. Batted on Smith. Third opportunity. Sent wide off the end wall. Still kept alive in the attacking end. Murch trying to shovel it down into the right wing corner. Back out through center. O'Neill kicks it out to Trunda. Mounts in the middle of a line change. Trunda loses an edge as Bazzaio and Pinnerock are there for Seacoast. Set it's out to the right side of the line to Constance. Blasts one off the back wall, and Golub will smother it away with the glove hand. With 8:51 to go in the second, Mount 5, Seacoast 1, and Mount back to their 6 defenders as Peters' 2 and 10 from the first period has expired. Face-off glove side of Brandon Golub, who came in relief. 1:51 in the second for Connor McDonough after Seacoast surrendered their 4th score of the night. Good defensive play by Chance Uzzell, but it's loose in front. Lewis couldn't get the blast to go for Mount. Now it's rounded up by Kim Hilmerson. Across the attacking line, down his off wing. Trying to peel away from pressure, but a good defensive play from number 22, the Pennsylvania native, Dylan Shane. Just about 8 minutes to go here in the second. Hilmerson, Janess, McDonough out up front for Seacoast. Uzzell, McEwen on the back line. Delayed penalty call against Seacoast.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Hilmerson going on that one for the high hit.
Plays touched up, and it looks like it's going to be a holding call. It might go against McEwen.
Yeah, you're right, Cam. I was wrong on that one.
So McEwen got tangled up with the forward coming down, lost his stick. Right away the arm went up, so for the first time tonight, Seacoast is headed on the convenient MD urgent care penalty kill. Face-off glove side of Golub. Early jump, they'll reset and do it again. Convenient MD urgent care, expert care when you need it, made affordable, just walk in. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Constance, long-range shot, snatched up by the glove of Brandon Golub. And hold on 5 seconds into the penalty kill for Seacoast.
Yeah, he saw that one all the way through.
San Cibrian, Tollett, Will Trout, and Murch, the 4 personnel out for Seacoast. Robertson, Stefanik, Constance, O'Neill, and Trunda out on the power play for Mount. Played behind the cage of Seacoast, 3-on-3 battle. And an off-angle shot from Tomas Trunda is held on by Golub.
Yeah. Good heads-up play there by Golub, just keeping the puck away from any further on trouble here. With 1:34 to go on the penalty kill, and they're already down 5-1. Settle that play down, and we'll get it going again.
Face-off blocker side of Golub. Draw is won by Mount. Walking the line is Dylan Shane. Over to the left side to Matt Lewis. Down low to Hudson Blue. Ricochets back out to the right point to Shane. Good play by Trepanier, and now Hilmerson comes in for support, and he'll loft it the length of the ice. Lewis starts the rush through center, up to Hudson Blue. Corralling on the backhand to the forehand. The net's knocked loose, and a whistle down at ice level with 6:41 to go in the second. 53 seconds left in the Mount St. Charles power play as they lead it 5-1.
I didn't even see how, but after that scrum by the net, what looked like a pile up, the puck squirted, came flying out and went out to the neutral zone.
Yeah. Missed that one too. Face-off won by Mount. Mount's got a pair of short-handed tallies. We'll see what Seacoast can do here. Great feed from Trunda to Stefanik. But Golub stands his ground. Robertson, shot from the top of the point. Rebound drops out. 2 saves from Golub, but the rebound finds the back of the net. 3rd time's the charm. Seth Constance, a power play goal, and Mount's on top 6-1.
Yeah, they're cruising right now. They're doing it all right. I mean, their penalty kill's on point. Their power play's on point. They're scoring pretty goals. They're picking up the garbage like they just did. They're cruising right now.
Yeah, that's a good point, Derek. They've scored the greasy ones. They've scored the pretty ones. They've scored the power play ones. They've scored the short-handed ones, and they have a 2-on-1 here. And Tollett's going to get the gate 2 minutes for hooking.
Yeah, and here they go. They're going right back on the power play.
Yep. As Tollett got the stick under Perry Goudreau. So Seacoast heads right back on the convenient MD urgent care penalty kill. Face-off blocker side of Golub, San Cibrian, Speck, McEwen, and Uzzle. Now it's played, and Lewis nearly saw the back of the net, but a good stick from McEwen, and I believe Golub made the final save.
Yeah, good job getting a stick on that one. I think you're right, Cam. I think they both got a piece of that one.
Trepanier, Jeunesse, Wilchout, Murch. 4 killers on for Seacoast. Shane Lewis, blue. Duffy and Dinkana out on the power play for Mount. Shane top of the point, over to the right side to Frankie Dinkana, who's got a pair of goals here tonight. Trepanier buries him into the boards. It's going to be a cross-checking call. Mount heading on a 5-on-3 advantage now.
Yeah. I think that one there was half the Mount player turning towards the boards, half frustration, and Trepanier just following through because he was mad anyway. .125 of a 5-on-3 here for Mount.
Just about 5.5 minutes to go here in the second. We'll see the resurfacing of the ice in between the second and third, as Robertson will pull it back in his own end for Mount. Robertson, Constance, O'Neill, Trunda, and Stefanik out on the man advantage, 5-on-3 that is for Mount. Bazio, Murch, and Wiltrout out on the kill for Seacoast. Constance. Stefanik, shot, blocked aside. Trunda raised it high over the net. 4:53 to go in the second, 44 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Then Mount will head on a 5-on-4 for 36 seconds. Robertson lays it down into the left wing corner. Bazio wraps it around the boards and out through center. Trunda quickly up to Cam O'Neill, who's got a pair of goals here tonight. Big shot and a goal. The captain and the Cornell commit, Ben Robertson, with a laser past Golub, and Mount, with their second power play goal of the night, is on top 7-1 with 4:25 to go in the second.
Good job by Robertson there, recognizing that lane was open. It was a great pass. He collected it in, and he just goes blocker side on Golub. And it's 7-1 game, and Mount's still on the power play.
Restart at center ice, won by Seacoast. Sent on into the attacking end. And Mount back in on the charge. Rooney up top. Peters to Shane. Shane to Peters. Back to Shane. Right side to Dinkana. Fumbles the puck, gets it back. Sweeps it up to the right side of the line to Shane. Back over to Peters. Now McEwen clears. 10 seconds left in the power play for Mount. And McEwen picks off a pass in the neutral zone across the blue line. Shot sent just wide. Mount 2 for 3 on the power play now. Hilmerson trying to find Tollett. Sansibrian gets it back. Spicer somehow keeps it out of the back of the net and will hold on.
Yeah, that puck was loose for a second there. I think Spicer thought he had it on the initial shot, and good job by his defenseman talking to him and fall back. Cover that up before it crossed the goal line.
3:22 to go in the second. Mount is off and running with 4 second period scores and a 7-1 lead. Murch plays it out in the neutral zone. Thrunson will throw it back behind the goal line. Flocked up by Murch, plays it over to his defensive partner and Chance Uzzle. Now it's Aiden Darlington who possesses near side half wall for Mount. San Cibrian trying to knock it off the stick. That's number 6, Perry Goudreau. And Tollett will shrug it out through center. Across the blue line. Has his pocket picked. Here comes Goudreau. Right side. Tries to get around Murch. Good defensive play. Golub hangs on to the loose puck. Seacoast wins the defensive zone draw. Smith, Trepanier, Bazzaio, Wiltrout, McEwen. Puck rolls in on target. Spicer seals it away. Trepanier, Smith, Bazzaio. Backhand effort from Bazzaio. Save made by Spicer. Wiltrout and McEwen on the blue line. Hudson Blue skates in the right wing corner for Mount. Now McEwen. Saucer pass intended for Smith. Just ahead of number 20 in black. Now a shot from Duffy. Held on inside the webbing by Golub with 1:46 to go in the second.
Yeah, I saw a couple of little chippy shots on that last shift going both ways. I think, it's the last game of round robin play here. It's 7-1. I think both teams are kind of they need to be in the mindset of, we're going to likely see each other again. Let's make sure that we don't, we play the rest of this one smart. So don't do anything to affect our chances of playing in the next round.
Down the ice, Seacoast goes as Hilmerson led the rush. Uzzle with the final shot. And an easy save made by Spicer with 1:35 to go in the second. Mount leading 7-1. Pinnarock activates from the right point. Now we'll have a whistle down at ice level. McDonough, Janest, Hilmerson, Pinnarock, and Uzzle. McDonough wins it back, but it wiggles its way to the neutral zone. Uzzle for Hilmerson. Across the blue. Hilmerson behind the cage now. Knocked off the puck. Here comes Stefanik through center. Out to O'Neill. Right circle. Shot, save made by Golub. Thornton. Over to Kotsy as he rips it wide. Now Hilmerson. Stops on a dime. Tries to center to McDonough. Broken up by Trunda. And Tomas Trunda lofts it on in behind the goal line and upends McDonough on the play. 30 seconds to play in the second. Mount St. Charles on top 7-1. San Cibrian. And now Murch back to retrieve it for Seacoast. Up to Speck, played back for Wiltrout. 5 seconds to play. 4 second period goals from Mount. 2 of which came on the power play, 1 came shorthanded. And after 2 periods of play, Mount St. Charles leads Seacoast 7-1.
We'll take a pause in the action, and we'll see you when we return for period number 3, just around the corner.
right, as we get set for third period action here, Cam and I are going to switch roles here. Cam's going to jump on the color commentary, and I'm going to take play-by-play for this third period. Third period that sees Mount St. Charles coming in with a 7-1 lead. Third period, 7-1 game. Cam, what are you thinking?
Changing up the mojo here, Derek. We got to get some new mojo going here.
Hey, we did it for the broadcast. Hopefully, maybe it'll translate down on the ice.
That's the plan.
That mojo that you're talking about. And like I was alluding in the last period, I mean, both teams want to play the rest of this game smart. Make sure that they get through it healthy and to stay away from the dirty stuff. As Merch takes the puck, he looks up. He hits Tom McDonough coming through the neutral zone. One touched into the zone by Janess down behind the goal line. Janess and Peters go to the corner with it. McDonough gets tied up along the half wall by a couple of Mount players. He gets it down. Stepped in, taken by Hilmerson. Janess cycles it down to McDonough. McDonough takes a hit. Puck squirts loose. He's got it behind the goal line. Dishes it over to Janess, back to McDonough, down in the corner. Slides it back to Janess, who takes it up. Turns around, sends it around behind the net again. Awaiting in the corner is McDonough. Sends it to Janess at the top of the circle. Merch tries to keep that one in, he does. Peters collects that one in behind the net and sends it around to McDonough's waiting at the far half wall. Got a penalty coming up here. It's going to be against Mount St. Charles.
Well, Derek, a good start to the third for Seacoast, a minute and 13 seconds into the final stanza as we see Hilmerson and Peters have a word after the whistle, but all the pressure down in the Mount end, and with that pressure, Seacoast able to draw that penalty. They want to get back in this game. They've got to capitalize right here on the man advantage.
Yeah, aside from that power play goal, Mount's been doing a great job on the penalty kill for this one. Hopefully Seacoast can generate something going, as you said. McEwen with it, sends it down low for Smith. Smith back up to McEwen, the UMass Amherst commit, sends it far side. Bazzaio up top. He gets it back in the circle. Sends it around. Up to the point it goes. Swing and a miss. Uzzle didn't get a good piece of that one, and Mount's able to send it down the river. Just over a minute and a half into the period, about a minute 32 to go here on the penalty to Lewis. Gulib's going to leave it for McEwen. He skates out from his own zone with it. Far side. Pass for Smith, too far in front of him. Bazzaio collects that one behind his own net. He takes a scan up ice to see what he has in front of him. Pass far side, looking for Smith again, intercepted. Down to the Seacoast zone it goes, taken in by Merch. Mertz sets up shot behind the net and comes out from behind with it. He dishes it across. Icing's going to be the call. 14:42 to go here. Still early on in the third period. 56 seconds to go on the penalty to Lewis, and Mount St. Charles is going to have an offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us here, action-packed first two periods, unfortunately in favor of Mount St. Charles. Well, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, what side you're on, but Mount's been getting it done all across the board, even strength goals, a couple of power play markers, a shorthanded tally. They've really put on quite a display here tonight. As we talked about coming into the game, playing for the number one seed tomorrow. So, not the end of the world here after tonight's matchup.
As Will Trout pushes that forward to keep it in, and now Merch has it looking for a redirect shot out front. Chance here. Loose puck, still loose. As Will Trout pinches down to keep that low. Behind the net for Tollet. He comes out with it looking for a shot. Blocked out front by Thompson. Excuse me, Thronson, that is. All the way down to the Seacoast zone it goes. Gulib's going to leave it for Perinock. Perinock looking for speed, coming through the neutral zone. He gets broken up by O'Neill. O'Neal with the puck now, gains the blue line. He dishes it to the left wing side for a shot, just goes wide of the net. Shane's there to keep it in and sends it down low. McEwen's waiting in the corner. Speck throws it up. That hit Janest in the back. As Mount looks to transition back up the other way, they dump it into the Seacoast zone. He did not gain the red line, so we're going to have an icing call coming back down to the Mount St. Charles zone.
Yeah, not much to show there on the Seacoast power play, but they'll get an offensive zone face-off here out with McDonough, Janest, Hilmerson. We'll see if they can generate some offense and find the back of the net here in the early stages of period 3.
McDonough sends it down low for Hilmerson. He tried to push it around. The Mount defender's not able to do that, and they're able to clear. Puck squirts down into the Seacoast zone where it's retrieved by McEwen. Long pass up to Janest. Did not make contact with it, so icing will be the call. Bring the face. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Great idea. McEwen the pass to Janest there, and that's something that Seacoast is going to have to look to take more advantage of and look to try a little bit more here. Trailing 6 goals with just about 13 minutes to go in the third. I'd like to see a guy flying the zone and, as they like to call it, a little cherry picking because they need the goals.
Absolutely. And Trepanier goes into the corner. He comes out with it. Behind that, he tries to turn away from a couple of Mount St. Charles defenders. He has it back. Crowell sends it up to Lewis coming into the Seacoast zone. Looking for a shot, saved by Gould. Quick glove hand. And he hangs on to that with 12:19 to go. We'll get the face off to his right.
Yeah, good save there from Brandon Golub, who came in relief a minute and 51 seconds into the second period for Connor McDonough. After the 4th goal for Mount, Golub's been pretty solid in net. It'll be interesting to see who Seacoast goes with tomorrow, as they'll take place in the semifinals.
Sebastian Speck gets a stick on that to keep it in the Mount zone. But Constance takes possession of it, slides it to his partner. He gets it back from him. Up to Lewis near the red line. One touches that in to avoid the icing. Gould leaves it for Murch. Murch ditches it over to Wiltrout. Wiltrout, he gains the red line. Gets it deep into Mount territory. Here's Tollet turning back towards the Mount zone again. Able to clear they are. Here comes Gaudreau coming down the right wing side. He's got McEwen right on him. Backhand pass. Misses everybody, and Sin Cyprian collects that one in. Looking for a backhand pass. Nobody home. Costa turns up ice. Tries to go around his man, he does. Looking for a shot, just goes wide. Able to send it back in. Was Mount St. Charles, and here comes McDonough looking back up ice. Pass up for Hilmerson. Far side to Janest. He was looking for Hilmerson. Just too far in front of him. McEwen takes this one down low in the corner of his own zone. Uzzell gets this pass. Far side the neutral zone for McDonough. McDonough, he's got to get man right on him. Hilmerson takes that off the boards, and now Mount comes the other way, transitioning back. 3-on-3. Play goes on in the corner. Seth Murch coming out with the puck. Takes a look up ice. Tries to make a pass over to Janest. It's intercepted. Out front here, just missed on the pass. And the net comes off. And with 10:05 to go here in period number 3, we'll get a face-off.
Yeah, first whistle in quite some time, and it's been back and forth here to start the third period, but not a lot of jam, not a lot of pop here to begin the third. Just kind of a back and forth. Both teams have
exchange chances, but Mount St. Charles is trying to run down that clock with the 7-1 lead, just about 10 minutes left here in regulation.
As Jack Spicer looks to clear the zone, he almost hit the official with the puck as he banked it off the glass. Bazile tries to make a pass down low, looking for Smith. Murch off the boards for Trepanier. Side to side they go on the pass. Offsides is the call as O'Neill carried it over the blue line. Just a bit offsides with 9:29 to go. We'll get the face-off far side neutral zone. Constance takes it after the face-off. He tries to dump it in, but it goes up into the netting. And we'll keep the face-off in the neutral zone, just switching dots, as it'll be in front of the Mount St. Charles bench. Face-off won by Lewis. He still has possession with it, looking to get some space. O'Neill takes the loose puck and sends it around behind the net. Talay takes out one end. He was looking for a breakout pass. And now McEwen skates it out. Puts it over the red line, or the blue line. Penalty coming up here. And it's going to be against Mount St. Charles, so with 8:54 to go. Another chance here for Seacoast to get one back. They can generate something on the man advantage here.
Yeah, it's going to be a high stick call against Lewis. He got McEwen just underneath the chin as McEwen was working his way into the attacking end, and Seacoast heads in their second power play of the third period. We'll see what they can do.
Scrum going on behind the goal line in the corner. Vying for possession. Trepanier comes out with it, sends it to Murch at the point. All the way through it, made it in on Spicer, who made a good positional save on that one. Murch has it again. Trepanier gets tripped up in front of the net. Around the corner, McDonough takes it in the circle. Looks down low for Janess. Back to McDonough. McDonough carries it below the goal line, looking for Janess, missed on the pass, and Mount's able to clear it out. And they're going to get a fresh set of penalty killers on the ice. Golub's going to leave it for Murch. Dishes it over to Hilmerson. Hilmerson with speed. Missed the puck as he tried to take it with him. McEwen takes it as it went all the way around the boards. Up around the center ice circle, he gains the blue line and gets it in. Shane takes it from Mount, able to try. He's trying to get it out, kept in by McEwen. Hit a stick out front. Did that shot and it goes up over the net. Behind the net now. Out of the zone it comes. McEwen with time. He takes it around behind the net as his team finishes up a change. He leaves it for Bazile. Smith carries it over into the zone. He sets up right near the point area, sends it down low for Talay. He was looking to go to McEwen at the point. Hit a body on the way, around behind the net. Penalty coming up here against Seacoast now. And it's going to be McEwen for roughing.
Yeah, that's one of those that at the end of the day, that's a frustration penalty. Your team's down 6. You've had 2 power plays in the third and not much jam on the power play. 7 minutes left, and McEwen's going to get the gate 2 minutes. But like we touched on earlier, this game declaring who the 1 seed will be. So Mount St. Charles with the win will get the 1 seed headed into tomorrow. Seacoast will get the 2 seed. Waiting on time confirmations for those so we can alert you on those as well as matchups. But once we have those, we'll pass them along.
Teams line up for the draw here late in the game now. Welchot takes it after the face-off. Passes it up to Smith. Smith turns up ice. Broken up by Robertson. Robertson has it. Takes it around behind the goal line. Darlington misses that pass, and icing will be the call. Offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill for Seacoast now. 6:35 to go here in the third period.
And this is, Derek, one of those games that we could see a rematch tomorrow later in the day. So Seacoast potentially will be able to get revenge on Mount, but we'll have some work to do in the morning. And we'll wait and find out, but still 6 and some change to go here in the third. We'll see how they end this game.
Costa takes it a lot. He was looking for a pass up to the point. Missed that as it comes all the way out. As Rhett Codsey collects that one in for Mount St. Charles and turns up ice. Makes a pass to Gaudreau coming down the right wing side, broken up by Perinock. Perinock takes that one in, gets broken up. Out of the zone it comes. As Mount looks to clear. Gets knocked down by Tollet. Chance here down low. Looking for a pass out front. Broken up by Mount. Fast down the right wing side here. Shot saved by Gulab. Rebound goes up and it hits the netting and out of play. 31 seconds to go on the penalty to McEwen. 5:33 to go in the game. Keep the face-off down in Seacoast territory to Gulab's left.
Well, after the conclusion of this game, I'll be quickly wrapping up all the equipment here and running it over to the rink next door where the Seacoast U15 team will take on Elite Hockey, and Seacoast realistically needing a win to advance to tomorrow. So you can catch that game right here. I believe the official puck drop is 7:40. So it will be a quick transition. However, a little quicker than I thought. 7:12. We have 5 and some change here to go in the third.
As we bring the face-off back down in the Mount St. Charles zone, another offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill for Seacoast with 7 seconds to go on the penalty. Trepanier on the draw for his squad. He wins it up to Perinock. He sends it down low around the net for Hilmerson, who takes a hit from Peters. Hilmerson comes out with it, sends it up to the point. McEwen's out of the box. Jeunesse comes on the ice. Pass out front. Cleared out by Mount St. Charles. Hilmerson turns up ice after taking the pass. Offside's the call. Another whistle with 4:40 to go here in this one. Team's back at even strength. Face-off won by Dancona. And Peters knocks it off the boards and out of the zone. Shot here, kick pad saved by Gulab, and a good one. Puck goes over to the corner to his right. And we got another scrum going down on the far side. It's Seth Murch who comes out with it. Up to the boards, he was looking for a pass on to Speck. A little bit too much on that pass to Smith, and we got another icing.
Also worth noting, Derek, U15 game going on right after this one at this rink. Mid-Fairfield against Mount St. Charles. They'll battle for the 1 seed on the U15 side of the bracket. We had the chance to call the Mid-Fairfield U15 Seacoast game earlier today, and Mid-Fairfield is quite the treat to watch.
Yeah, that team is a lot of fun to watch. They just do so many things well. As Mount comes out with it now, circles it back down low. Up to Codsey at the point. Shot just goes wide. San Cibrian takes it along the half wall. He takes a hit. Behind the net. Murch flips it up to the neutral zone, far side for Janest. Janest trying to go around his man on the right wing side. Pass out front. Hard hit by McDonough. Codsey takes it out, making a pass out front. Gulab knocks it away with the paddle. Here comes Uzzle. Makes the pass to McDonough, and Cibrian takes the loose puck. Hard hit by McDonough again. I think McDonough on this shift is of the mind. If we're not going to beat them, let's beat them up.
Ooh. Thought that one might have had a chance.
Yeah, as it just went wide, I thought that one had eyes for a second.
There's been no shortage of physicality in this one, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Gulab sends it around the board. Smith takes it, turns up ice, over the Spartan logo. Trepanier back around the circle. Smith carries it over the blue line. He gets broken up by Darlington. He gets it back. Helmerson looking for a shot. Constance deflects that one up and out of play with 2:11 to go. And we'll keep the face-off down in Mount St. Charles territory. Bazayo wins the draw back to Murch. Keeps it in right at the blue line. Shane slides it across to his partner. Up to Costa or at the far blue line. Play goes on behind the goal line on the far side. A couple of players laying on the ice. One of them's on top of it, and we get a whistle as the puck is frozen under one or both of them with 1:48 to go here in this one. Mount comes up with it after the faceoff. Shane keeps it in. Goes off the boards looking for Darlington. McDonough turns back down towards the corner, sends it behind the net for Wiltrout. Wiltrout up the spec. McDonough steps around his man and gains the red line. He dumps it into the zone. Bazayo with it. Takes it behind the net. Turnaround shot. Saved by Spicer. Chance here though. Good save by Spicer. Puck was loose and they're able to clear it out. All the way down. And we're going to get an icing with 1:04 to go.
Well, that's just summed up the whole game right there. If that's not it. Couple good looks there from Seacoast, but can't find the back of the net. And give props to the goaltender for Mount St. Charles here, Jack Spicer, who's looked pretty solid in net. Hard as a goaltender when you're kind of in these games, not seeing as much rubber and your team's up by a pair, 5 or 6. but he's come to the task when called on.
Yeah, he's been good when he's had to be. 101 to go here in this one, and barring a goal, they'll spend the rest of this one on the power play as Peters is in the box for a minor infraction. All right, sent it to Paranock. Paranock down to Hilmerson in the circle. Hilmerson with it. Shot. Save. Made originally. San Ciprian tried to put the rebound home, but it was cleared away. Hilmerson has it in the corner. He takes it up to the circle. Looking for a shot here. Shot. Hit a body on its way to the net. Didn't make it in on Spicer. Paranock steps up. Looking for a shot. Goes wide. Hit a body again in front. San Ciprian takes it in the circle. Now along the half wall, he's looking for a shot. It hits Spicer. I don't think Spicer realized it hit him at first. Out of the zone it comes. 15 to go here in this one. Hilmerson looking for maybe one last look here. Around towards the corner it goes with 5 to go. 2 and 1. That'll do it for this one. Mount St. Charles will take the 1 seed. Heading into tomorrow's action, Seacoast Performance Academy will take the number 2 seed. And as Cam said, there's a very good chance that these teams will see each other again tomorrow, but they both have work to do on the way there. Thank you for joining us for this one.